You're watching Bet Republic TV with me, James Eastham, and Steve Claridge. And next up, we've got Everton against Arsenal. I want to ask you about Arsenal, Steve, in the outright title market. Now, don't laugh. They're 10-1, right, to win the title. Big price, much bigger than the three teams above them.
It's not a big price, is it?
Is it not?
No.
Have they got no chance at all of winning the title?
Absolutely no chance.
None?
No.
Okay.
Not when you sell.
I wasn't sure because...
Sell your two best players, I mean, and not replace them. I mean, who's going to replace Adebayo? No matter what people do, a lot of the reason that he left was the stick that he got from the fans. Now, whether or not they put their perception of him was that he wasn't trying, I never got that feeling. But obviously, the standards that he set the year before, and then what happened through the summer, and in a lot of people's eyes, that sort of like didn't do him any favours, did it?
No.
But
can the young players at Arsenal improve enough to improve that team on how they did last year? I'm thinking of people like Wilshere, Ramsey, even Walcott.
Not at this stage, they can't. I mean, it's just a step too far. We say it every year. You've got. I mean, they haven't replaced Toure and they haven't replaced Adebayo. No. Yes, they've got players who can play up there. The likes of. You've got Walcott and you've got Eduardo.
And Arshavin's there all year.
You've got Arshavin and you've got Bentner. Yeah. But the only one who could replace Adebayo and play the way that you want to play is probably Bentner. Now you're not going to hang your hat on. No, you're not going to hang your hat on Bentner. You could also play Walcott up there, or a little bit like Anelka. You've got. I mean, you had Henry, didn't you? Another one who But Adebayo gave you that impression that sometimes they lack a little bit of width. They're a little bit lopsided, Arsenal. You could just put the ball in the box and he could play off it. Yeah. It didn't have to be a great cross to go into the box. With the likes of Walcott, Arshavin, Eduardo, it's going to be able to they're going to play and open teams up, which they proved that on occasions they haven't been able to do. Yeah. So I haven't seen them make a replacement for Adebayo. They haven't certainly got the route one into the box anymore now. So like I say, I think they are significantly weaker. Toure, there's no doubt, whatever people say, is still a very good defender. I'm not sure about them. I worry about Champions League football for Arsenal now, much less winning the league. Yeah.
Well, Adebayo, it's a great point Steve makes. They've been looking at Shamak, who plays for Bordeaux. He's a big, tall striker who wins everything in the air, and it doesn't seem like they're pursuing it, which is weird because it's like they do need a replacement.
They are going to need. They
need somebody, and they've got They've got two and a half weeks left to get someone. So maybe they will. Looking at Everton, Steve, they were absolutely fantastic last year, not only reaching the cup final, but coming fifth. Yeah. I mean, I think at the beginning of the season, if you said top 8, you'd have thought that would be a good season.
They didn't start well either, did they?
They didn't, no. And they didn't really buy until very late last summer. Fellaini came in late. And what on earth can you do, though, if you're Everton now? I mean, can you do any better than you've just done?
I don't think you can. I think it's almost the ceiling, isn't it? I mean, they've done brilliantly. They just haven't got the finances to compete. They're still in a transitional period with regard to the ground. Yeah. The manager's done brilliantly, but how many times can you keep getting the best out of what you got?
He surely can't take them into the top 4.
No, he can't. He just can't. I don't think he can do that at this stage, not with the finances. And I mean, just to get where he got last year, the problem is, has he set a rod for his own back? Is
a little bit.
I mean, if you don't finish 5th this year, is that a failure? It's not. Yeah. If they were to finish 12th. I still don't think that would be a failure because when you look at the finances they've got, that's probably around where they should be.
Very good point.
So I think it's very easy to underestimate what he's done. It's easy to underestimate what those players have achieved. There's no doubt they've been fantastic, under his tutelage. But it just gets tougher, doesn't it, all the time when you're yet again you're up against sides with far bigger finances. Yeah.
And very briefly on the game, Steve, what do you fancy here? Difficult game to call.
Yeah, it is a difficult game to call. We don't know enough about Arsenal, do we, at this stage without the players who've lost.
Arsenal is a risk to back them now, isn't it?
Yeah, and there's and at the end of the day we know that Everton are going to have a right go. They're going to be difficult to beat. They'll work hard.
Yeah, with bits of quality.
But are Arsenal going to be on form? Yeah. So that's the conundrum that we face.
Yeah, keep your stakes very low on this game, everybody. We certainly will be doing that. We've gone on the draw at 9-4. That's our first bet. And our second bet is on both teams to score at 5-6, but I'd be very, very cautious here. Those outright prices for you, as I said, Arsenal 10-1 to win the Premier League this year. Everton are 9-1 to break into that top 4, so very unlikely. You might be better off having a look at the top 6 market on Everton. They were shorter price, so something like 5-1 to repeat last year's achievement and finish in the top 6 again.